You're watching SuckProfessor. Hello, everybody. It's me, Hank. Thanks for finding our channel. Hit like, hit subscribe. Also, hit my favorite guy here.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, James. I don't really want people to hit you.
No.
I only want them to hit you up on
do
Twitter.
it anyway.
You're not on Twitter.
I should get on Twitter.
You should fucking get on Twitter. Okay. We're talking on Stupid Opinions, the best talk show to ever exist, where we share our stupid opinions with the world because we are jackasses who love the games.
Right.
And talking about them and playing them and uploading videos about them. So here's the PlayStation Now subscription service. What's it all mean? I don't even know why I wrote that, but what does it mean? It means people can get old games?
Pretty much.
What happened recently as to why we noticed this whole thing?
From what I understand, it's a subscription-based service that Sony's offering. You can do it quarterly. You can do it monthly. Monthly is $20 a month. Quarterly, it's $45. You are able to stream PlayStation 3 library games through a Sony Bravia TV, a PlayStation 4, or other Sony devices. So you're basically...
Which Sony devices?
I would imagine it would be maybe a PlayStation Vita or other, Sony branded things like the Bravia is a Sony branded television.
Okay.
So they're going to be implementing it more widely into other things as time goes on.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess the big question is, who are they aiming for? I mean, why are they doing something like this? Because when people first heard about it, it was advertised as being a PlayStation 4 service that allows you to play PlayStation 3 games on your PlayStation 4. Right? And why would that make people upset?
Because they felt like it should be backwards compatible and you shouldn't have to pay to play games you already paid for.
Right, because one of the biggest problems with the PlayStation 3, the later generations of the PlayStation 3 games, consoles I mean, and the PlayStation 4 is that there's no backward compatibility. And I kind of get why there isn't, because it involves more hardware, more development time, and a higher, base price of the console.
Yeah.
And when you're competing in the console wars, you want the smallest base price you can possibly get to entice people to buy your console. So they have to weigh the pros and cons. Is it worth having backward compatibility if it's going to add an additional $50 to $100 onto their console price? Eventually they decided no, it's not.
Right.
But that's not all PlayStation Now is about.
Okay.
What
is it about?
It's giving people an option to play games on a console that they don't even have to buy. So if you have a television with no PlayStation console hooked to it, you can still stream games. All you need is a DualShock 3 controller.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Sounds like a nice thing.
And rather than go out and pay $65 or now, $20-$30 for an older game to try out, you're paying $20 per month to try out an entire library of stuff being streamed.
And there's a lot of really good games, right? I mean,
it's
not like games are always terrible and they're only recently got good.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't fill the gap from a person who's saying, I have my PlayStation 4 here, I have my PlayStation 3 retail disc right here, I want to play this on that.
Yeah.
You still can't.
Still can't.
Right.
Right.
But it does allow you, say for example, and I don't know exactly how this is going to work in terms of trophies, but if you're a person who likes to collect trophies, and typically in the past you would go out and rent games just for a chance to play them to get quick trophies and increase or if you're on an Xbox, gamer score would be the equivalent, this might be a good way to do it.
Yeah. I got all my trophies from robbing a trophy store.
Yeah, that's also a very good way.
It's a good way to do it. And then I won the trophy for most robbed, most time served in jail for the stupidest crime.
Yeah, or if you do a gaming channel and you do not have unlimited money. I mean, who can we think of like that?
We don't have unlimited money. I wish we had.
Yeah. I mean, that would be...
Right now, I'm just hoping for unlimited egg rolls.
Yeah.
Those are the best. So, people who... might be upset about this. I think overall it's a much nicer thing than it is bad. I didn't say that well at all, but the positives. I would be if I could afford $20 a month, which I probably could. I'd be like, oh, look at what I get for all that. And if I found how many hours of entertainment, I go to the movies and it's $16, and I'm rolling the dice if I'm going to enjoy those 2 or 3 hours of entertainment.
And
if you can get several hours for your $20, probably a lot more than several, and you have access to a tremendous variety of choices, seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
to me.
I mean, I have a couple concerns though.
Oh yeah, this is
which would be, if I were to do this, I would be doing it to play games I haven't played before, to record them for the channel, to share with you guys.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that kind of thing, I want the highest quality sound, I want the highest quality video. when I'm playing this game on a streaming service, am I going to get pixelated graphics from my my broadband goes sour?
Yeah, like a 360p quality
Right,
YouTube video
exactly.
versus 1080p.
Is it going to degrade things? Am I going to get cut off? If I'm in the middle of a mission and I haven't saved my game yet, my internet tanks, am I going to lose a checkpoint? Am I going to lose progress? Where are my games going to be saved?
Is that how streaming games works? Do they stream the game to you every time, then you turn it off, you go load it back, and it sends you all the same information?
I would
It's
imagine
such a small
right
amount.
I would imagine it would be on
or
the
does
cloud
it, like,
service.
oh, you wanted this game, okay, you download the whole thing. Now it's on your machine, like iTunes. It always has it always has its finger on the eject button if it decides you don't deserve that game anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you're not really in control, but it's storing it on your local.
I don't know if it can do that though, because you can play this through Sony Bravia televisions. Do they have hard drives built into them?
Yeah, well, how big was the game? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess games came on DVDs for a long time when DVDs can still several hundred megabytes.
We're talking PlayStation 3 games, which were on Blu-ray discs.
A few gigabytes of data.
Yeah,
so
like a 50 gig disc.
Yeah,
that's a lot of data.
I'm just curious. I'm just more kind of wondering about what the technology is like, as far as like, oh, you're in this level, so it's sending you this data.
Yeah,
I mean, it must be that.
Steam already kind of does that. When you, let's say for example, I played Borderlands on my computer upstairs. I save my game, I come down, I log into Steam on my laptop, I launch Borderlands. It syncs with my cloud to pull the latest save game file down, so I'm at the same point.
But I
imagine it's the same.
But in that case, you have the game files installed on the laptop as well as on your computer upstairs.
Right, but there's a copy of the save game on the cloud for Steam, and it pulls that down.
That makes sense. That seems pretty
so I'm
evident.
I'm thinking it's going to be something similar to that.
Yeah.
So I guess the final thing is that are you locked in? You pay by month, you pay by quarter. Let's say I don't
know.
Do you have to have some sort of obligation where you pay further? It doesn't seem like that's the case.
I'm sure it's like most things. You cancel it, and it says, okay, you won't be charged anymore. Your service will end on this date. Thank you very much. Hope you come back. Tell your friends.
And do you think $20 is reasonable?
Yeah. I think it could be less. It's probably that kind of calculation all companies make, where they go, if for X price, we'll get X number of purchasers. For X lower price, we'll get this many more purchasers, but that reduces the amount of money that comes in. So they're probably looking for that sweet spot where they're maximizing the amount of money that comes in for them. I mean, that's the rational business approach to it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, and maybe it'll evolve to where they use it for like incentives for early purchasers, which we talked about in another video too. Like, you get 3 free months of our streaming service, or it's like, gifts, and all these companies hand out free codes and free time trials and passwords for temporary access and all that. So I'd be curious to try it out. Yeah. My only thing is, the fucking PS4 games are awesome.
Yeah.
But like, think about it this way. Say you don't have a ton of money, and a new PS4 game is what, 40, 50, 60, right?
65.
65
with tax.
With tax. With the trip to the In-N-Out Burger on the way home, it's a good 100.
Yeah.
If you're really hungry. And you can only afford $20. You get 200 games. You get 150 games, and a lot of those are really high quality, fun games to play.
And if you're a parent and you've got a kid and you don't want to shell out a couple $100 for a console and then for the games, and you got a Sony Bravia TV,
sure,
it's a win-win.
I've been not totally tuned in, but old games seemed like they all went away for a while, and it's kind of cool. And this has been going on for a few years, but like, we should breathe life back into the old systems and the old games, because people still want to play 8-bit shit. People still want to play 90s, So I was downloading ROMs illegally for many years and finding them on the internet, SNES 9X and all these other ROM system programs and all the BitTorrenting and Napster, all that shit. I think companies are wisening up to that sort of thing, where you can actually monetize your old library. It doesn't have to just sit there and be useless or obsolete. So if they can make that stuff accessible. I remember there was some sort of like video game Atari thing. You plug it into the TV, and it's an Atari controller with the stick and the button.
Oh yeah.
And it had games built into them.
Oh, you can buy a ton of those.
There's tons of those.
Yeah, they're all over the place right now.
Yeah. It's because those games are so small and nothing.
Yeah,
file
you can fit
sizes.
thousands of games on one of those
Yeah.
little tiny things.
I don't know if they have any that work really great. I remember buying some for some family for Christmas one year, and they worked like shit.
No, there's actually a really good video about that exact thing put out by JonTron on, I think, Normal Boots. Check it out, and that'll show you all about it.
Yeah, check it out, everybody. Well, it's fine. I don't know. What's the objection? I mean, it's just, it's not backwards compatible.
Well, I think the thing people need to get through their heads is that this is not intended to be a replacement for backwards compatibility.
But there is no backwards compatibility.
Right. This is not the answer to backwards compatibility. This is a completely different service that serves a completely different purpose.
Oh, okay.
People are criticizing it because it's not what they want it to be. Which, you got to kind of get over it. PlayStation 3 didn't do it in the later console versions. I think the very first PlayStation 3s had very limited backwards compatibility, but the later ones kind of did away with that. It's just...
It's not an unreasonable expectation to look at your own home library of games you've been spending money on for however many years and go, well, this next system, I'm loyal to this company. I dropped a bunch of money on it. It's obviously way better than the previous system, so clearly it can run these games if it was told to. It shouldn't be a problem. And wasn't there a time when backwards compatibility was just a given?
Yeah.
Right, it was just built in.
And people would be like, okay,
PS3 and PS2, right? Is that what it was? Unless I'm...
I think it was limited on the PS3. There was a tiny bit of backward compatibility, but it went away. Mm-hmm. But people kind of like to say, okay, I'm done with this old console. I'm going to sell it and use the money to buy the new one.
Oh.
And I would love backward compatibility because my PlayStation 3 died, so I've got all these PS3 games sitting around that I can't even play anymore.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I mean, I still wear underwear from when I was a kid because it's still backwards compatible with my current groin. So it's doing fine. My new one's pretty good. It's a little better, a little stronger. Starting to get some gray hairs. But hey, those old kid underwears, those Scooby Doos. Just because Scooby got a few darker shades of brown doesn't mean that it still doesn't work. Blow the dust off and have a great time. Go down to the In-N-Out, wait for them to close, break in, steal the fries. Those things are fucking delicious when they're cold and still frozen. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching our video. SuckProfessor welcomes you to our channel. We hope you subscribe and we hope you become fans of our thing. We're trying to put together a big channel here. We're experimenting with some videos. We're doing lots of Let's Plays. James, what else are we doing? Guides?
Yeah,
stuff,
guides.
Anything fun? Sometimes stupid. Sometimes we're going to get it wrong. We're doing stupid opinions.
Yep.
Because we're full of stupid opinions, you and me both. What's your stupid opinion, everybody? Let us know in the stupid opinions section. That's the comment section in case you're too stupid to figure it out. Like, subscribe. James, you fucking nailed it like you always do. And can I have some money for bail? I have to go to bail. I don't know how the court system works.
Yes, to go to bail.
Bye.
Just make a stupid opinion one that's like 5